this content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no one.
a second.
Oh, no.
When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings, you're watching SeptumSin vs. the World. I'm SeptumSin. Today is part 8 of my collection series. Now, I'm going to do something that most people who use TierMaker don't do, and that's crediting it. TierMaker is fun. I had to figure it out. I had to go and I had to look, and then I found it. And it is fun. It's great for rating things. It's just kind of fun. I enjoy rating the collection. I hope you guys have enjoyed these rating my stuff videos. Of course, as always, just because it's pictured doesn't necessarily mean that it's still in my collection, or if it's not pictured doesn't mean it's not in my collection. But for the most part, like 99% of the time, if it's pictured, it's in my collection. Matter of fact, 99.9%. But I did roll out of all these videos so far, I've only come into one that's not my collection anymore, which is Black Lightning. So, just check it out. So we've got these ones on the ratings here. So priority being I really love it, and I feel it's essential, and it's on the tops. It's the tops. Yes, please, meaning I think it should be essential to any collection, but also it's very good. It's above the good standard. It doesn't have to rank as both. It can be something that I feel is essential, but I hate it. I've had a couple of those. So, essential or very good or both. Because really, it has to be above very good. It has to be great. And essential to get priority. So, curious. It's okay. It's good. Those are the two basic things. I'm either feeling, something I feel either vaguely positive of, like it gave me a good impression, but that's about it, like maybe just a surface good impression, or I think it's a solid, good thing. It goes all the way up to that. It's the high tier. So they kind of have their lows and their highs. The low would be it's just a little bit above that 5, like maybe a 5.1 out of 10. And it could go all the way up to like a 7 as far as my ratings are concerned, out of 10. Meh. Those are below the 5 rank at the higher level, is I'm kind of neutral to them, or they're ones I don't like and probably be thinned at the next intersection. Unknown commodities. Haven't seen it yet. All right, Boa versus Python. It was entertaining. I'm not gonna say it was great, but it was entertaining. Board Games, essential. If you really enjoy the angry video game nerd, you'll probably like Board Games. It's a shorter run series. You can get it on Blu-ray, but it's also free on YouTube. I've got it on Blu-ray. I do like James Rolfe's material, and it's very entertaining. It's a very high yes, please. Bob Roberts, essential. Especially with this day and age, essential. Bob, unknown commodity. Bobo. I really like this series. Not many people will. So I don't necessarily consider it essential for collections, but I also consider it very good. I love things that are so weird, it just detaches my mind for a while. Bodacious Space Pirates and the movie, I have not seen them yet. Body Bags, pretty good, solid anthology film by John Carpenter. Body Transfer is a hentai. It does what it's supposed to do. Boiler Room. I need to watch it. Bolt. A very good Disney film. Probably one of their very first, I don't count Chicken Little, good computer animated films. It wasn't quite to Pixar level, but it was starting to rival some of it. I'd say it was on par with A Bug's Life as far as how good it was. Bombshell. Almost to Priority level. Very good. Amazing acting. It's about the Fox News issues with Roger Ailes. Again, politically, I think it does a pretty good job of walking the tightrope and not being too preachy against the right in this. But if you are a huge Roger Ailes fan and you are like he was framed and all of that, then no, you won't want to watch this. Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown. I saw it a long time ago, like as a child. My wife really likes it, so I got again. Need to see it again before I can rank it. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Bond. James Bond. It just is Bond. I don't know, it's probably got thrown in by mistake as something I used as a cover for something, but it's a pretty cool cover. And I would say that if I was to put every Bond film up, they would come to average. They would come to good in general. Skew good. Bonnie and Clyde, essential, well done, well acted. Boogeyman. Boogeyman was okay, but just barely above that 5. Boogie Pop Phantom, good horror film, good horror series, pretty strong overall. Book of Bantora, I haven't seen. Book of Life, good, well done, enjoyable. Boondock Saints 2 All Saints Day, good, decent. Boondock Saints, good, but a high good. Boy, a lot of good these days. So I haven't gotten the big ones yet. The Boondocks, however, there we go. Boondocks is a priority. You need to watch this. Again, political leanings aside, I think it's still enjoyable across, though you might not be able to rank it here. I think most everybody could rank it pretty highly. Animation's amazing, voice acting's amazing, writing's amazing. Borat. I really think it's an essential. I debated on this because I don't like Borat overall. But there's something about it in the way of doing this that I think should be in a film collection. It's so new, and I'm curious about how the second one is. Bruno, if I had it, which I wouldn't have it, would be down here because I hated Bruno. Brothel of Blood was a good film. Borderlands, part of the To Die For series, 8 Films to Die For, decent enough. Boris and Natasha, I really like this film. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it up here. Because to me it's an essential comedy. It's really well done. It's not well known. It's just a very fun one. Worlds Above the Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. And it just stars these two. It's just in general fun film. Glad I found it. Born Free, unknown commodity. Born in East LA, good, solid, fun comedy. Born into Brothels, essential, difficult to watch, but a well-made documentary. Born on the 4th of July, need to see it. Boruto, the series. So again, I got Boruto twice. I really liked Boruto, the movie, so I can put it there. The series, and I haven't seen it. Unknown commodity. Bottle Fairy was okay. Well, a lot of okays this time. Bottle Rockets. A lot of people love Bottle Rocket. It's probably my least favorite Wes Anderson film, so I'll put it right there. Bounce was okay. Born Identity. It was okay. I liked it, but I wasn't like impressed by it. Born Supremacy almost got to essential status. I don't like them as much as a lot of people do, but they're fairly decent action films. Bowling for Columbine is essential watching. It's one of the few times I think that Michael Moore's films could be liked by somebody on the conservative side of the aisle. Again, it's a matter of how open-minded you are. If you're closed-minded, obviously you're not going to like anything that disagrees with a viewpoint. And that goes for both sides of the aisle. Because there are a lot of closed-minded, left-leaning people as well. And if you're not closed-minded, Bowling for Columbine is a pretty darn solid documentary. Probably his best. No, I would say it is his best. Boxcar Bertha. Pretty good Scorsese film. The Box. I love the concept. The execution was not as good as the concept, but still a good film overall. Box Trolls. Decent film by Laika. Not their best, but decent enough and good. Boy and the Beast. Well done film. Good, but not the best by this creator either. Boy and the World, I think it is. Yes. Very imaginative, very cool, but again, good. Boy with striped pajamas, good. Tearjerker, hard. There's another Boy in the World. Okay, Boy Who Saved Christmas. Meh. Boyhood. Alright. That's an essential. Very well done. Probably the only film of its type. Or if there are others, it's very few. I haven't heard of any others. Let me know if you've heard any others that have done this kind of longitudinal study of film. Where they took this child and had them and all the actors come back years later. This was years in the making. And they followed this cast as they grew up. Not different casts. This is the same cast. Growing up. It's an amazing experiment. It deserves to be in there. And the song is really good. Hero is an amazing song. Boys Be, need to see it. Boys Don't Cry, need to see it. Boys Town, need to see it. The Brain That Wouldn't Die. I saw it on Mystery Science Theater, and I saw it again there. It's actually not terrible, but, you know. Brass T-Bot, need to see it. Which one is that one? What is that one? I think it's not Ventura. Brave 10. Shows you how much I like that one. Well, it was okay. Brave Little Toaster. I think Brave Little Toaster is an essential. It's much better than just any type of surface child's film. I think it's a great one. To show your children, just be wary. There are scary parts in it for children. Okay. Where are you? What are you? Brave Witches. Unknown Commodity. Brave. Brave was a good Pixar film, but not one I consider essential. I felt like this was a Disney princess. This is a typical Disney film done by Pixar. Probably one of the only Disney Pixar films that I would consider, this is a Disney film. This one could have just as easily been done by Disney itself. Braveheart. It's an essential. It really is. Well done, well acted, and is one of the few Mel Gibson epics, and, well, not one of the few, one of those Mel Gibson epics out there that needs to be seen. Shows how amazing a director he can be. The Brave. This one was overlooked a lot. I'm going to put this up as essential for anybody like me who likes to have Johnny Depp's work in their collection. It's the only film that he wrote and directed. It has one of the last acting credits for Marlon Brando. And he doesn't want anybody to see it because he's ashamed of it. So more reason. So even if you hate Johnny Depp, you should probably have this just because. Sort of like having, gosh, I can't think of that Bill Cosby film, but it'll come up as we go. In there, even if you don't like Bill Cosby, because he doesn't want anybody to see the film, it'd be even more reason. Brazil, I liked Brazil. It's one of the weaker Gilliam films by my reckoning. Again, my reckoning. I just didn't like it as much as other people do. I need to watch it a third time, maybe. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Essential. Matter of fact, I'm going to put Brazil up as an essential. Just because I think it was just okay, doesn't mean that I don't think it was an essential film. Breakfast Club. Again, essential, very well done film. The Breed. Should need to see it. Bride of Frankenstein. Another essential. Probably the best of the Frankenstein movies out there. Bride of the Monster. I like Bride of the Monster. It's a very guilty pleasure for me, but I do like Bride of the Monster. One of my favorite Ed Wood movies. No, not one of. My favorite Ed Wood movie. Bridge of Spies. Need to see it. Bridge over the River Kauai. Again, essential. Really good film. Really well acted, deserving of what it gets. Bridge Terabithia. Whew, sad. Bridges of Madison County. I mean, Clint Eastwood's an amazing director. He really is. And it's an amazing film. Brightburn. It was good. It was disturbing. It did what it was supposed to do. It was a horror movie about Superman, essentially. So, you know. Bringing Down the House was okay. I mean, it's a good cast. Queen Latifah, Eugene Levy, Steve Martin, but not my favorite. My wife likes it a lot, so you know, it's not to the point where it's there. It's okay. I'm just looking to see. Okay, Brink of Life. Bro, What Happened? I got it because it's got Wet Movie 1 in it, and it's got Gabe in it. It's got some cool people in it. I like the movie overall. It's a good, fun party movie. I don't know what the whole reason why it's been withdrawn is. If you find a copy of this movie, grab it, because it's just kind of fun to have. Broadcast News was a good enough one. I think I did a review on it, and people were like, "Yeah, dare you talk about it like that?" So it's an essential, but it's not my favorite by any means. Broadway Danny Rose. Again, like most, I consider this one essential viewing. Very well done. Good comedy, solid dialogue. Broadway Melody. Need to see it. Brokeback Mountain. It's an essential about gay cowboys. Oscar bait film. Broken Flowers. I think it's essential just because of the artistic nature, though I don't think it's perfect by any means, but Bill Murray does a great performance in what he does. Broken Saints. It was okay. One of my friends, Dave, he really likes this one. I try to like it, but I'm not as big into motion comics, so I prefer to either read my comics or have them further animated. A lot of time that you need to sink into that one. Broken was good. Other films to die for. 1. Bronies 2 was a good follow-up to Bronies. Bronies. I love this documentary. It's probably one of my favorite made documentaries. It was really well done. It covers a group of society that's kind of like looked at almost to that level that furries are looked at. But they're not a terrible group. I am not a brony. Some friends of mine are bronies, and they showed me the first season of the show, and the new show, I was kind of like, it's a solidly written show for kids, which automatically disqualifies me for being a brony. But I love how they did it. It's an excellent quality, and it kind of gives you a real view of who these people are. They're not scary people. They're not bad people. Many of them are really good people. And I love what the show has done for the people around. It didn't necessarily click for me, though. Brother Bear, I think Brother Bear is kind of maligned more than it should be. It's one of Disney's last animated features. Animated. And it is solid. It's got some solid songs on it. I don't necessarily consider it essential, but it is a really good film. Brotherhood of the Wolf. Really good film. The ending kind of blew it, but otherwise, very good film. Otherwise, very good. So let's see here. Brothers Bloom. Brothers Bloom is an essential. It's very well written, great film, well acted, just enjoyable. Bruce Almighty. It's an important film for Jim Carrey fans. It was an okay film. I finally saw it for the first time just a little while ago, maybe like a month ago, and it was not too bad. Brutal Massacre. I love the film. It's a great film. Matter of fact, I'll put up here. I don't necessarily consider it essential, but it's very good and very enjoyable. Bubba Hotep. That one I consider essential for Bruce Campbell, where he plays as this guy who thinks he's Elvis in an old folks home next to the black JFK. It's just general fun, and they fight a mummy. So, yeah. Bubblegum Crash. Sequel to Bubblegum Crisis, the original, decent enough. Bubblegum Crisis deserves its yes please status. Excellent music, amazing anime series, just good overall. And I don't have Bubblegum 2040 on here, which I do have. I would put that up there with Bubblegum Crisis. Buckaroo Banzai, I need to see it again. I think I saw it way back in the 80s. But I got the Steelbook. Bucket List is a good film. It's a solid film. They work well together. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. People are going to hate me for this, but I've never seen the series. I did like the movie, though. Bugsy. It's an Oscar winner. Was an okay film. Bullets Over Broadway. Again, a good film and essential Woody Allen. I think really well done. Bullet. Again, it's an essential. It was essential. Steve McQueen. It wasn't my cup of tea necessarily, but I didn't mind it. It was decent enough as far as action goes. Bullshit. Okay. Bullshit is kind of a there. They are a libertarian bent on this one. So again, I think that people on both lines will have episodes that they disagree with, which is why I don't put it as perfection. But in essence, it is a good show. They do a great presentation, and it is very solid. If you haven't watched this, you should. Give it a chance. Like I say, open-mindedness. There's some definitely episodes I disagree with, but I take an open mind and I can enjoy it for what it is and the comedy it brings. Bullworth, another essential. Really well done, really well acted, very good. Bunny Drop, or Usagi Drop. Alright, I'm rating this as the anime. If I had to rate it as the manga, it would be on the no. Because of what happens. So I'm going to tell you this right now. If you haven't heard us talk about this before, watch the series. It's an amazing series. It does exceptionally well. Don't read the manga. Just let the series end right there for you. It's really good. Don't do what I did. And I'm not going to hold that against that because the people who created the anime itself didn't realize where the story was going either. So, Bunnyman Massacre, oddly enough, I have this because it's actually one of those creatures that is native to my home state. About the guy supposedly dressed up in a bunny costume that killed people. So, it is based off of a real story, supposedly, here. Bunraku, I bought it at Dollar Tree. I'm not sure whether I like it or not, because I haven't seen it yet. The Burbs. The Burbs is a good, solid film. What is that one? Burial Ground. Haven't seen it. Burn After Reading. It's okay. It's not my favorite Coen Brothers film. It's hard to watch a lot of the time, but I don't hate it. I don't necessarily like it. It's kind of on the borderline between okay and good. It's actually not on the borderline between okay and meh, believe it or not. Burn Up. Burn Up and Burn Up Scramble were okay. They're not bad. They're kind of bad, cheesy. Burnt Offerings was good. It did a pretty good job for the horror genre. Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, Essential Western. Now let's look at the Butterfly Effect movies. The third movie was good. I really didn't mind it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put these as high goods. They're kind of fun. That whole idea that if you change something in the past, it affects the future. Butterfly, moving wings. And again, I liked all three of them. The third one was in that 8 Films to Die For, which is kind of a weird, odd man out on that. But it was still fun. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I probably have had the least priority I've had on any of these. But this finishes off the letter B. So when we come back next time, we're going to get to start the letter C. Hey, we've got some stuff to look forward to, some fun stuff. Not that we missed fun stuff here, but there's always cool stuff on the way. So like, subscribe, share, and comment. Let me know where you'd rate some of these on here. I mean, how many of these have y'all seen? Would y'all put like all of these? Would you say that, I don't know, Bunnyman Massacre is probably one of the highest rated films in your collection? Would you say that, I don't know, that Born Free was overrated? Is Bob one of the best animated series of all time? Let me know. We'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.